it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
What's up, guys? Today we're here with,
Janelle.
and I was just wondering,
I
like,
hate that.
what got you into like this specific art style of woven art?
Oh, for woven artwork, so I've been doing cons for a while, like about I don't know, 5 years or so. And so the woven artworks is relatively recent within the last year. I know I wanted to do something a little bit different than what you normally see in Artist Alley. You typically see like the prints and like, like charms and stickers and all that stuff. And so I don't know, I just wanted to test it out. We started it last year and we got some test runs for some of my artwork and it looked really good. And we didn't know if anyone would be, if it was something that people wanted, but we dedicated a little bit of space to it to the point where we realized there's like a group of people that just want like this kind of comfy, cozy,
as you can see,
lifestyle
there's
thing.
a lot of people. It's like, how long does like a typical piece take you to make?
Oh, for art, it depends. So like some days, like if I'm like in like flow mode, I'll get through like a day or like a weekend and just finish a piece. And then sometimes I'll be like a month in and being like, why isn't it done yet? So.
What would you say is like your favorite piece right now?
Oh, easily my. So like I'm a giant Berserk fan.
Berserk.
So Guts right there.
That
my boy
is
Guts.
cool.
Yeah. I that's literally like one of my favorite narratives of all time. So that's just my own personal bias with things.
That's awesome. All right, that was great. Thank you for interviewing.
Thank you all
I
so
love
much.
your art.
Appreciate it.
Hi guys, I'm Angela and this is
Pocket Leslie.
Pocket Leslie. Thank you for interviewing with us. So first off, I would like to ask you what inspired your art style?
I like to play video games. I've always been drawing, and I also read a lot of comics. So I'm also a graphic designer. So I kind of wanted to show like that kind of video game isometric scene, but with like different animes and video games as well. So it's kind of inspiration behind the style to do these little like slice of life of the different shows and games.
That's awesome. Also wondering how long you've been doing this type of art for?
This type of art I've only been doing for a couple years, but I've been drawing for like all my life. So it's kind of been a build up to this point. And so this style of art has kind of just been an accumulation of all the different things that I like to draw and kind of make the little pocket worlds. That's what I'm calling them.
Do you have a favorite art piece by any chance that you want to show us?
I don't know if I have a specifically favorite one, but I do have these two originals in the middle that are little Japan scenes, but with cute animal characters. So I tried to show like a Tokyo train station and show the hustle and bustle of Japan. And then the other one over there is my Japan arcade, so showing all the different video games and crane machines that, just to show that Japan culture and life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I was wondering like how long it usually takes you to make each like artwork.
It can range from maybe a couple weeks to a couple months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of hard work. Jaden?
Yeah, I would say, like, what kind of advice would you give to like people that want to get into the art space?
Draw. Just draw a lot, draw often, draw what you love, just keep practicing. The art fundamentals are always a good place to start. It scales up from there and just kind of keep going at it.
Yeah, a lot of artists said like just to keep on drawing every day, like just to start. Without like even if it doesn't look good or not.
Yeah, practicing, drawing other things that you really like to see. Like if you see art that you like, then definitely try to copy it, like on your own, just to learn kind of like how they do it. There's all kinds of resources online nowadays on like YouTube or books and things like that on how to draw.
It's easy to find like free resources.
Yeah, exactly. And even then just copying like what you see is a really good way to start. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us your social media so we can add you for our video?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram, so I'm Pocket Leslie on Instagram. Yeah.
That's great. Then, great having an interview.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Today we're here with
Lanny Ho.
Hi, Lenny Ho. I just wanted to ask you what got you started into this type of art style?
I started about 10 years ago. I was in grad school and I was studying graphic design, but I took an elective course of it's like a form of printmaking. And I think I just kind of like love the whole hands-on approach to the art form that I currently do. I think it's just like getting really physical with the artwork was a nice special connection I had with it. Yeah.
Are there any like artists who inspire you or anything from like outside world?
Yeah, I think like obviously like Akira Toriyama, who just passed away, I think is a huge influence for everyone.
Of course.
Mira for Berserk, just like that very raw chaotic energy. I think I try to translate into my work as well.
I also noticed your sign, traditional art still lives.
Yeah.
That's an AI art.
Yeah.
So I was wondering how we can like combat AI art and like.
Oh, that I don't know if that's like, I think that's just out of our hands, to be honest. I think I think there's benefits to AI. I don't think it's something that's gonna be slowing down. I think it's just, honestly, I don't think it's gonna something that we can stop. The only way is just to keep making things with our hands, and I think that's the best we can do, to be honest.
And now I want to ask you about your artwork. I was wondering what is your favorite art piece that you've made?
Oh. Probably like, this is a work in progress. This is like very good translation of the kind of work that I do. Everything's hand carved, and I think a lot of people have been finding a nice connection to the work. It's very a tactile piece of work that people can not just like touch, but smell and kind of physically.
Yeah, I love the smell of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way to like connect the artwork to the attendees at the convention. Yeah.
How long does it usually take you to make your art pieces?
Something like this is all hand carved, so maybe this is about 20 to 30 hours of hand carving. Yeah.
And then, what would you say is like your favorite piece out of all these?
Favorite piece? That's a good question. I don't know. I never really have a favorite of my work. I think like I'm the kind of artist who likes to keep making and making and making. So to be honest, I kind of get bored of my work. So I would say I don't have a favorite. Yeah. Probably the favorite one is my next piece in my head that I'm going to make.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, what advice would you want to give like people that want to join the art community and get
Yeah.
like, as big as like you?
I think the biggest tip is just like be true to yourself, be true to your art style, have a voice in your work. It's good to do fan art, but also make sure that you leave room for your own growth. Make sure that you have room for your own narrative and voice, and I think that will reflect in the quality of the work that you produce.
I love that. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Do you want to let us know your socials so we can put it in our video?
Yeah. So my name's Lanny Ho. On Instagram, you can find me at LAN.NY.HO.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, my name is Tasha, and I'm with
Gary.
Gary. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And so, like, what inspired like this art style? Like, it seems like pretty unique to me.
So what inspired my art style is I always tell people that I call my style is the anti-anime style because you would look at it and you would say, oh, that doesn't look like anime, but it is. And but also at the same time, I also tell people that I love anime, but I don't like it when it looks too anime. And do you know what I mean?
I know what I understand.
Yeah, so I just want to try to make something that looks different just because especially in a hall this big, sometimes a lot of the stuff just starting to blend in together. So yeah, just having something a little different. Yeah.
I would like to ask you, how long does it usually take you to make your art?
So with the way that I draw my stuff, it does take a little bit. So it can range from like 2 weeks to a month for a single piece. Yeah.
Would you like to tell us what your favorite art piece is from here?
Yeah, of course. So my favorite one is that one, the One Piece one. I don't know if you guys know, but you can see it's like with the crying one. That's basically for the people who are not familiar with One Piece. That's a scene. That's a very powerful scene from the anime that basically just kind of turned me into like a long life fan, basically. Yeah.
I have a question. So, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to get started into like the art community or as like for their career?
Yes, I actually do. The one thing that I have to say that I want to tell you is that like when you do this thing, I feel like it's really important to actually do something that you enjoy. I see a lot of people who do this, who draw something or like does things just because they think it would sell or they're trying to chase trends. It might work for some people, but I feel like that's a really good way to turn this and to turn this thing into like a job, you know, by chasing trends and everything. But by doing the things that I actually enjoy, it actually helps sustain my mental health as well because it doesn't really feel that as much like a job as it is that drawing for myself.
So
Yeah.
do what you love, guys, and do
you
what
won't
makes you
work a
happy.
day in your life.
Yeah.
And you'll attract the right people.
Right.
Yeah, because some of the pieces that I've done for trends are actually not selling compared to the ones that they actually care about.
No,
And that's
'cause-
yeah.
yeah, because it's unique and it's different from others. I get that. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Nice
again.
meeting
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm here with.
I'm Ying.
Hi Ying. I have 3 questions for you. I'd like to ask you what got you started into art?
I just started from a really young age. I just like to, draw my favorite characters from my favorite shows. Like, I think it definitely started with Powerpuff Girls, and then it grew up to, anime, yeah.
I would like to also ask you what's your favorite art piece that you've made so far?
Well, right now, let's see, I have a few, but my most recent one is probably this one right here from Sign of Affection. I really liked the snowy atmosphere that they had in there, so I wanted to capture that. And I also really like this one here because I was able to capture the night scene.
Oh yeah, I love the sky. It looks really nice. One last question. What's your longest artwork?
Oh, longest. Well, like I didn't work through it the whole time, but like this John Lee piece, I started a draft like it took about 6 months for the whole period of making that piece.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
very
I started the
detailed.
draft, and then just over time, it took a while to get to the final product.
Do you have any social media so we can at you for our video?
So I do have here my Instagram and my Twitter and so such.
That should be it. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2,